What's up, reprobates? In the above thumbnail, I have Captain Caveman. Remember Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels? There was another subliminal. You reprobates, the ones of Hollywood and the ones of high stature and are deep in Masonics and stuff like that. The Satanic Jews. You guys will sometimes um, come clean with your origins if it's for entertainment purposes and it's lucrative. For example, again, like I said, Hanna-Barbera's Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, and that's just nothing but showing a caveman superhero. He could fly, he was strong, and he had the club, and he had little cave animals that would come out of his club, and being the era that I'm from, I got older brothers and an older sister. Well, I have two older sisters, but one of them is only a couple of years older than me. But I have older sisters, and I have an older sister and two older brothers, and so I grew up on Cartoon Express, USA's Cartoon Express, USA Cartoon Theater. I remember Alfonso Ribeiro when he was a teen idol, if you will. Could dance like Michael Jackson. Used to dance like Michael Jackson, and I remember when Prince and Michael Jackson first appeared on MTV. That's when I was, a real little fella. Just started school, and before I was even in kindergarten, just started kindergarten. So I got a good memory, and that's a good key sign. But I'm not gonna get into that part. But that was just Edom showing their muscle a little bit. Captain Caveman, he was a grunting caveman and stuff like that. And he was a hairball and he was ugly. And we all know that the Most High Elohim hated Esau. And the way the world is today and, things of that nature, that's why. We can imagine why. We know why. But that's just with the Edom showing their muscle. They came out of the caves after they took the pact with the devil. First of all, when he was banished into the caves, he was cursed to reproduce with the jackals and the fallen angels. But the chief of the fallen angels, known as Hashatan, I know it sounds too African, but that was what he was named when he was created. He was made a deal with him, came to him, and he had a bright idea, and he made the people look like him. But it was all about blaspheming against the Most High. So it's just like the prophet Enoch. Really, his name was Enoch, but I know that sounds too African for you. This is what he saw. So this is what the fallen angels looked like. When Enoch saw them, I'm not gonna get off the subject with Captain Caveman either, but when Enoch saw them, this is what he saw. This is what he saw. He saw he was a highly chosen prophet of the Most High. So it didn't ooh and awe him to see angels. It was just that it was the first time that that they appeared to him. And that's how they were. They were playing whiteface. So there were no white people on earth. So he said he didn't know. He knew they were angels. And he said that, but he didn't know if they were men or women. So that was the introduction of the fallen angels, and they were shown to him by the angels of the Most High Elohim. But back to Captain Caveman, that's just like Edom throwing they muscle around and showing you like that they were strong and they had power enough to conquest, but they're just doing it in a goofy way. And the teenagers, the ladies fall into it, but. And they were mystery seekers and stuff like that too. But and they had the one and they were drawing as stallions. I'm not trying to be funny, but the comic book era, they draw the women as stallions, or at least model style full figure women. And they had one black woman with the afro, and they were all bubbly, kind of smart teenage girls. And they were mystery hunters or whatever, just like Scooby-Doo and them. But the thing behind that is that's just a subliminal. It wasn't like that. They were the angels looked like this, and they didn't know if they were men or women. So it was all blaspheming the creation of the white man, but it was prophesied as an outright correction. So that's what that cartoon is about. As I learned the way of the world and things of that nature, that's what that cartoon actually represents. And get back to the reproduction, the creation of the white man. They later on they met up on 5 miles across from the Caucasus Mountains, and they had animal sex orgies with the fallen angels, Esau and the fallen angels, and they used sorcery, magic, and stuff like that. So that's where the creation of white people, then their third races, third world children that they created or offspring, that's where they come from. So that's why you have the Captain Caveman cartoon. He was strong, he was goofy, he wasn't that smart, but he was smart enough to, defend the girls and help solve the mysteries. And he could fly. He was strong. Remember, in the club, he would bash people with him. He had prehistoric animal friends that were found inside of it. So they try to their origins. They're not too pleased or comfortable with them, and they're actually ashamed of them. But that's why we have the slave Bible that as the Christian Bible. This is what Christianity is all about. That's what it's all about. Far as like they were ashamed of their origins, and they wanted to go along with the pact of Esau that was with the devil, which Esau was a caveman, and he was an albino African man, but he was the first of his kind. I know the second of his kind. I think Noah. Yeah, Noah was the first one. Esau was the second, if I'm not mistaken. But either or, they were the first two albino men that we know in history, and that albinoism is an African trait. So, that's why black people, they could produce any color. You know what I'm saying? But the other races, they can't. So that's all it's about. But they are falling to pieces. Now that's why you see the commercials, like the car commercial and different commercial, Amazon commercial. They're trying to make it normal as far as bed winching and stuff like that, because they're still racist and they hate you, but they need you to reproduce with them, because that pact is coming to its end. They're falling to pieces. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the child and organ sex trafficking comes from. So that's what Captain Caveman. It was an entertaining cartoon, and I grew up looking at Captain Caveman, Thundar the Barbarian, and of course He-Man and stuff like that. But that's where all that stems from. It stems from their origins. So they did come out the caves when they got themselves put together after they had the animal orgy, like hundreds of years later. But the main key to the ingredient of the white Neanderthal Caucasian is animal. So they spread that gene all the way around the world through carnage and rape to try to fool the masses, and as in pact with the Esau, with the pact of Esau, as in if you will, as with, to go along with the pact of Esau. But they had to record it through the Vatican, so that was a part of it too. So it had to be a delusion, but the truth is out there. The Vatican does not hide this, and this is why a small percentage of animal gene are in most people around the world, except for people who have never came in contact with them in Africa, and that's only like a few thousand of people or whatever, or a couple of 100,000, or if you will. But everybody has that gene because of the conquest, which they took over the world with a Bible and a gun. That starts from the pact of Esau. So that's what Captain Caveman is all about. They just throw the teen angels and they'll try to put it in like Charlie's Angels, but there really was a Captain Caveman. His name was Esau, and there were some teen angels, but they were not girls. They were fruit cup guys that looked like this. And the prophet, our great prophet Enoch, who was the seventh son of Adam, there could have been no the seventh son of Adam could have been white. Adam was not white. Nobody was not white until they got themselves they make up enough along. How can I say, they got their bodies enough to up enough to be able to conquest and as prophesied, kill the Messiah, who y'all call the Messiah. He really was Mashiach. His name was Yahshua. But that's the deal with Captain Caveman. There was a Captain Caveman, but there were no teen angels. These are the teen angels, the fallen angels, who our great prophet Enoch. I keep it best for y'all. The prophet Enoch, the whitewash name, the prophet Enoch described them. He said he knew they were angels, but he didn't know if they were men or women. So this is where whitewash also stems from. So that's the deal with Captain Caveman and the teen angels. But these are the teen angels. They do look fruity like girls and stuff like that. Like the great prophet said, he didn't know if they were men or women. He just didn't know. He didn't know if they were men or women. So a lot of the bots ask what's the purpose of my videos. The purpose of my videos are consists of the same purpose that make you ask me that question. And I'll touch base a little bit later. Well, I can't give it all up at one time. I get up with you reprobates next time. It's better to come to my Elohim hot or he wants you to be hot or cold. But I think it's better hot. I think I'm better hot. Spank is better hot. So that's why I keep it hot on y'all ass. It's like a French toast goose, triple fat. Spank and Austin, the full blown Yahuwah. I am Spank Tudor.